Today we're checking out Miyajima Island, a really special place where you can feel a unique harmony between man and nature. No better example of which is Japan's most famous Torii gate that mysteriously floats on the shore. But the only way to get to the island is by ferry boat. So we hopped on the train from Hiroshima Station and boarded the next ferry to the island. The ride was actually pretty smooth, and you can even get a really good view of the famous Torii gate on the way. As the ferry gently approached the island, I couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. I love visiting shrines, and Miyajima literally means Shrine Island, and it holds a really unique blend of natural beauty and spiritual significance. And Miyajima is one of the few places in Japan where the wild sacred deer are allowed to roam freely. They're actually super friendly, but they're also brave enough to steal your stuff or wander into the station. But the people on the island love them so much that you can even get ice cream or tea with tapioca balls that look like deer poop.
So this is my first time at Miyajima Island, and I don't really know what to do, so I asked for a tour guide, but I think I'm gonna get a refund because he's not really doing anything.
Miyajima literally means Shrine Island, and it's no wonder because walking down the main path, it's really hard to miss the famous Torii gate sticking up right out of the water. So let's go get a closer look.
Behind me is Itsukushima Gate. Right now it's high tide, so you can take a boat through the gate, but sometimes during low tide, you're able to walk up and actually walk on the sand below the gate. Alright, so I just got my ticket for a 20-minute boat ride around the shrine itself. And it only cost around $7, so it's pretty good. Hi. Hi. Hello.
They gave each one of us casa hats, and the guy started rowing the boat with this giant branch of bamboo. And the other guy on the boat told us the history of the shrine and the temple on the shore. Not only is the gate beautiful, but it really has a kind of mysterious, magical feeling the way it's out in the middle of the water like that. And I had no idea we were going to do this, but we actually passed through the Torii gate. And that thing is humongous. Not only is the gate really beautiful, but it has this kind of mysterious, magical feeling the way it's out in the water like that. It's a huge gate, but it felt almost weightless, like appearing to float calmly on the water. It really feels like the gods placed it there themselves. It's so beautiful and mysterious at the same time. You can't help but feel like there's some connection between the earthly realm and the divine here.
Wow, that was super cool. It's way bigger up close than I thought it would be. That was definitely a very good experience. I'd really recommend that.
So next, we're going to head over to the Shinto shrine that's associated with the Torii gate in the water. And of course, I had to get a Go-Shrine page from here. If you don't know what these are, check out the previous video about Nikko.
So Miyajima Shrine was built in 593, and back then in medieval Japan, purity was really important. So that's why you have to enter the big stone Torii gate when you come to the shrine. And since it was constructed, no births or deaths are allowed on the island because that's considered something that's unpure.
There was only one battle in Miyajima's history in 1555 where almost 5,000 people died. But after the battle, a huge cleansing ritual was performed, and all the temples, all the buildings were scrubbed clean, and even any soil that had blood spilled on it was permanently removed from the island. There's also a little museum on the island that shows off some of the samurai gear.
Hey. Really nice.
Up the walkway a little bit is a huge 5-story pagoda and a temple. The pagoda is pretty cool, but the real highlight is inside the temple. It's filled with dozens of gigantic rice paddles. Apparently one of them is the biggest rice paddle in the world, but I couldn't really tell which one. And you can get a really nice view of the island from all the way up here. We had a bit more time to kill, so we took the cable car up to the peak of the island's mountains.
Wow, what a great view. You can see all of Hiroshima City here.
It's crazy to think that just an hour away from Hiroshima, one of the busiest and most modern cities in Japan, you can find a place where you're surrounded by so much natural beauty. But that dichotomy is one of the things I like most about Japan. Alright, before we leave, let's take one last look at the Torii Gate. Whoa, wait, what?
So we stayed here long enough that we get to see it at low tide as well. So not only did we get to pass through with a boat, but we get to actually walk up to the shrine itself.
Again, this is one of those really strange, magical things that makes Miyajima Island so special. It's literally like a beach just mysteriously appeared in a few hours. I can really see why Miyajima Island is one of the most famous places in Japan. It's so mysterious and magical, and it's a great place to visit if you're looking to really explore the traditional side of Japan. Miyajima is a sanctuary where the mystical and the earthly seamlessly coexist. The tide, the Torii Gate, and the surrounding mountains create a masterpiece that transcends the ordinary. Miyajima is not just a destination, it's a spiritual experience where the beauty of nature and tradition intertwine.
Alright, we're finishing the day off with some almond milk tea that has a little gift from the deer roaming around, right? But we had a great long day here at Miyajima Island, and luckily we were here all day, so we got to see high tide and low tide for the Torii Gate. So let me know in the comments below, if you were here at Miyajima Island, would you rather be here at high tide or low tide? I think it's a difficult question, but probably for me, high tide was a little more interesting. Taking the boat actually through the gate was definitely something that I don't think you'll find anywhere else, even in Japan. but you let me know in the comments which one you think is more interesting. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.